Once the listing presentation's over, when do you think an agent should follow up?
Oh, I think the agent should follow straight away. I think probably just a follow up, say, just say hello, thank you very much for, letting us get into the door. It's not that, because these days I feel like, a lot of agents really pushy. So have the quick deal, close the deal and move on. So just appreciation, if you can afford send a bunch of flowers or a personalized card. And, this is what is missing in the market, is a personalized service. Just appreciation to get, yourself into the door. And, and let the vendor to make decision and which agent they will pick. And again, I think another mistake people should avoid is like to never criticize other agent. So always present your best to the vendors and let them to judge, who is the best person to present their property.
Yeah, I think speed of follow-up is important. If someone's met 4 agents and then they get a handwritten card dropped in there overnight, dropped in there saying thank you from in their mailbox, and then someone texts them, same agent texts them the next morning saying, if you have any other questions, I'm available till 10 a.m. And I think nowadays with technology, you can email, you can text, you can call, you can drop a note. A handwritten note's always nice, or a gift, as Monica said. So I think there's so many different ways. You don't want to appear overly aggressive, so it has to be done stylishly. But I think speed is important because that might put you ahead. Because most, this is a game of inches nowadays. Most agents, as I said before, they're going to be good. The question is who actually just pops up and looks like, oh, I just feel good about this agent.
When is a good time in a listing presentation to discuss the commission?
Anytime is a good time. Okay, I think it's really good, if you get, for us, is on the second time you go into a door, because commission is really important for the agent, and the vendor will appreciate, because the way you negotiate your commission promptly, I think it's the way you negotiate their, the fees, the selling prices promptly. I think probably at the second, for our agency, at the second presentations, we have to bring up the commission.
Most vendors don't want to jump into that straight away because they want to know more about you, and to be quite honest, if they're not going to use you, they probably don't even need to go there. So I think there's generally a natural point in a listing presentation where you kind of get through it and it looks like you're in the running, and you start closing and you say, well, Jet, how does that feel to you? Do you feel like this would be a plan that you'd like to work towards with me? And at that point, I think you'd say, I'd love to run through the terms of doing business, how we do business. And don't hide it, I agree. Don't hide it, but I don't think you need to make an upfront punch them on the nose and say, oh, by the way, I'm 2.5%, because you probably haven't earned the right at that point.
Yeah.
If you had 10 minutes each to do a listing presentation, what would be the key things you would focus on in that 10 minutes? You've only got 10 minutes, that's it.
10 minutes for me is really short, because I can talk forever. Okay, I think 10 minutes is just probably present yourself, who you are, why you're different from others. So I think that's enough for me to win back the listing, because you have to find why you're different from other agents.
Yeah, depending how much I knew already, if I didn't know much, I'd be kind of wanting to start with tell me a bit how you're feeling as a vendor about the process. But assuming that we've already been through that and I had a limited pitch time, points of difference. Because there's no point going through the same stuff that everyone goes through. I think you want to go through is, what is your unique selling proposition? What is it, something that you offer that probably they haven't heard yet? And that really should be a separator.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Last question for you guys, thanks for your time. What are you looking for in these guys today? What are some of the core things? You mentioned a couple, but what are some of the key things you really want to see?
I think I just had a brief chat with a few of them. I think point of difference, and how they can actually service, what service they provide to the vendors rather than their selling skills, and how hungry they are. Because if it's my properties, I want to see how many listings they have at the time and how much time they can give to my properties, and the strategies of how they can market my property.
I agree with all that, and I just add authenticity. I'd like to think they can rise above all those nerves and still show who they are as an individual. That'll be interesting.
All right, thanks Monica, thanks John. I'll leave it to the Super Six and have a great time, all right? Thanks.